Colby secretly just like puts on like a mask and like a costume and fucking breaks the other guy's leg. He's like, whoa, that's crazy that happened. Looks like I'm fighting now.
That's a great way
That's some shit I would do.
And that's how they introduced the WWE into UFC.
When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, don't be scared, homie.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls are hot.
Yeah, see, now you're fixating on that. God, such a white person thing to do.
No,
All right.
sorry, you fucked up during the argument. I'm gonna point it out.
I'm gonna
It's a
go
white
with
Is that
person.
not the normal friend thing to do?
No, it is a normal friend thing to do, but you're just a little white about it. Is all. You're just a
Okay.
A little Caucasian about that.
just a little. What's Dave Chappelle's white character that he plays? You're just a little of that guy. And since I wasn't recording in the beginning of that, welcome again, guys, to another episode of Throwing Hands Podcast, where we bring you the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control. Team is all here. Joe, the whitest Puerto Rican you know. Ian, the whitest black guy you know. Darnell, the blackest white guy you know. No, but I didn't get to grab the reaction. I wish we would have gotten that on camera. Darnell's full blown reaction of us saying again, blackest white guy you know. It's just to say that when you go actually that's not true.
But actually,
that is incorrect. It's not factual. It goes all Ben Shapiro. He's like, if you look at the facts, actually, Jews were the first. And stop right there. You go Jews, and then you just stop.
then you stop.
If Daniel Tosh has taught me anything, you just stop right there. We don't have a ton of topics today, and it's going to be a very compact, hopefully shorter episode for you guys this week.
And right now, I'm gonna cut Joe off right there with this breaking news that came out probably an hour ago.
Got great news, guys. Oh, hey, news. Yes. News.
Henry Cejudo out. He didn't go into Y, and Sean O'Malley's taking his place. So now it's gonna be Sean versus fucking Aljamain.
Haven't they fought before? No.
No, hell no.
Okay. Hey. Oh yeah, you're right. Aljamain's been ranked for a very long time. You're right.
Yeah.
Wow, that is breaking news. Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley for the bantamweight title.
The title?
I'm going Aljamain on that all day long. That makes it's quite obvious. And in the end, Sean's going to be very humble about it, and then he's going to go, well, I didn't get the right camp. It was a great opportunity. Aljamain's a great guy. Yeah, but I'm still the best. I don't count this as a loss.
When is that happening?
The beginning
288?
of May? Yeah, the May card.
So I mean, it makes sense via the fact that Sean didn't have a fight and he had the proper amount of time off. But I mean, who else was it going to be? Nobody. There we go. That silence says it.
Got me there.
But Merab, he didn't take a fight recently. Like, even though it was like he just fought like fucking 3 weeks ago. I think it was Usman Murga, whatever the fuck. I don't even care right now to say that name.
He was going to be the guy like that.
Umar. Umar wanted to fight Merab. Like, he called him out, and Merab was like, "Nah, fam, I got an injury."
Yeah. Well, that's still, and I mean, even then, this is nothing for the division of like a title shot because, I mean, I guess if he beats Merab or if those are actually saying it in my head really got confusing. Merab and Umar, I was like, are those backward names?
Yeah, everybody in the division has either fought or is about to fight or is out for injury. So, except for Umar and probably Jonathan Martinez.
Shouts out to that fight. Then shouts out to. I mean, hey, sometimes what's crazy is about like like 8 years ago, probably when I started watching UFC 10 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah, about 10 years ago. Remember when like injuries just meant like no more fight. Remember when one injury meant no more fight card?
Like instantly cancel.
Yeah, they were like sometimes they would just be like, our biggest star on the card dropped, so we're just getting rid of everybody. Like it just like the cost didn't justify anything. Like if they didn't have like the guy on there, and then once that went away, it was like you can watch the prelim, and then the prelim would be like, I don't know, I couldn't even tell you. Two people who currently aren't in the UFC anymore. That's who the prelim would be, and then they would get the main card bump. Yeah, that's it. Nowadays, it's like injuries suck because it still takes away some of our best fights. But like back then, man, it was just like, forget about it. Don't even think about that fight ever again in your life because it's never gonna happen. He's gonna get injured again. There's gonna be different things that happen.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
They're like,
I was gonna say, at least they have backups now.
Damn, I just thought of this. This is just me being stoned and like just tired for the day. But like, UFC is really starting some tangent universes and stuff by doing that though. Oh, what some of the those like fights that we've never gotten. UFC fans would be like, oh man, if we didn't get that injury, we would have gotten GSP versus whoever, Tony versus whoever. Like we would have gotten so many good fights. And I'm like, there's a universe for sure because of how many injuries happened in the UFC where like he didn't get injured. And I'm like, is that the better timeline? I don't know. This is shouts out to a very, very old episode of Throwing Hands where we talked about the best possible timeline, and supposedly due to, I forget who won at that time, we're on it. But what do you guys think? You think that holds?
I mean, who's to say?
But my main point was the injuries, of course. Overall, it was just it's a good thing. The difference nowadays, like how it's not
how they
so
have backups.
Shitty. Yeah, and even then, like they have surprise backups because unless Sean was already slated to be the backup for that fight, he
probably was.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it. But then again, they didn't say anything about Colby being the backup until like a week out, right? So
no, like the
day of
Friday.
So he was a surprise one.
Yeah,
they just showed a video of him weighing in, and it was like, oh, what the fuck? They were real quiet about that shit.
That was in my head too.
That big mouth ass.
Kobe secretly just like puts on like a mask and like a costume and fucking breaks the other guy's leg. He's like, whoa, that's crazy that happened. Looks like I'm fighting now.
It's a great way
that's
to
some shit I would do.
And that's how they introduced the WWE into UFC.
Oh my god. Nope.
Kobe.
That'd be terrible.
They're actually gonna. We're actually cutting to footage that we have of Henry Cejudo's injury, and it's just like the Dudley Boys. Devon, just get the table, and they
start doing some shit like that.
Just bust. It's Randy Orton. We have Randy Orton just slamming. Randy Orton uses that thing where he'd put people's legs in between the chair, then he'd stomp on it. We have Randy Orton here just destroying Henry Cejudo's leg. It looks like he's not gonna make it to the Aljamain Sterling fight. Sean O'Malley in with his new manager, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's taking on two guys now.
No, they would do some shit like Sean O'Malley would come like beat up Randy and like save the day. Then be like, I'll fight on your behalf. I'll win. Because, WWE has to make it like super fucking dramatic.
100%. You know what's crazy about the one thing I kind of would like to see this at some UFC guys if they can do it properly. But if you didn't know, Ian, what I hate, and I don't know how good this is. I haven't been able to watch full episodes recently, but what WWE will do now during episodes is like what we've been used to watching as kids. But it's much more impact. So like when we were kids, Stone Cold, like out of nowhere, it'd be nothing happening, and then like it'd be in between matches, and Stone Cold would come out, glass would break, he'd walk to the ring, and then what would happen? He would just stand there, start talking shit. It's called cutting a promo. Like that's what we know nowadays, and it's what a bunch of wrestlers have been doing forever. We just didn't see it because we were just so adults were so wasted watching him. We were just so hyped watching him. We didn't care, and they were talking the best shit. And then as fighters got worse at it and WWE made it more obvious, they'd be like, now, I don't know if you've seen it, they like turn down the lights different colors to match the wrestler, or they'll like put, they have this big like 15-minute, that might be too long, like, 7 to 8 minute promo, just depending on who they are. If it's a champion, it's much longer. And sometimes it's very interesting. And it's literally like they've, ever said it's a soap opera. WWE's a soap opera. It's literally that.
Basically.
Right inside of the ring. Like you're watching it. They put it in the ring. They turn the lights different colors. And then boom, these wrestlers just start unfolding drama. You weren't there when my father was in ICU. I'll kill you. And like it's crazy. Like it's too much production almost. But that being said, I would kind of dig that for some UFC fighters. Because some of the guys do it right, and so if some of these UFC fighters came out and they just started talking that shit in the middle of a fight to like promo something, I'd be okay with that. Like, all right, guys, before the next fight, we got Connor here or whoever. He's in the next fight next week, and he just comes out to the Octagon, lights drop, and he's like, "Let me tell you something," and then like proper 12 logos start flying around the Octagon, and he's like, "You wanna?" I don't know. I can't cut a promo right now. I probably could if he gave me like 40 seconds, but I think that'd be cool.
No.
Nah, it wouldn't.
Don't
work.
bring that. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't bring that.
That's
that
what
super
the internet
drama.
is for UFC.
Yeah,
They
I was
do
like,
that on their own.
it's one thing
do it anyway,
for like UFC fighters to have beef and like stir up a whole bunch of drama, but like if they like raise it to like WWE status, like drama and beef, like.
Yeah. Okay, but check this out.
I don't know.
Check this out. You people watch them at post-fight, pre-fight pressers, right? So it's like you watch them holler and yeller dumb shit at each other over fans and reporters asking them questions. How much better would it be if you got to watch Colby and Connor sit down at a table? No, they're not allowed to hit each other. They just have to sit there at a table across from each other, and then they can't talk over each other, and they just have to cut a promo WWE style and talk shit about each other. I would 10 times. I would rather watch that. Exactly, and it's one of the best talk shit time like lines of all time. Like that sequence between them was one of the best shit talks of all time. I wish they would let me over there. I'd punch you in your fucking face right now. You hit like a bitch. You hit like a bitch, man. I beat the shit out of you. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's the greatest shit ever, dude. It's the same. Like anytime Nate and Connor, when Nate and Connor did it, like the side by side, that was some of the best. Go get me a coffee, boy, and make sure it's got cream and sugar too. We're talking money, Nate. Get out of here. I don't care about that shit, man. That's some of the best shit talk you see in UFC. And then meanwhile, we're just gonna sit there and pretend like it's cool for these like people to just be like, "Hey, fuck you, man." Like that doesn't sell me on anything. Like I see that on the fights we're gonna watch later today.
Just do that regardless. They don't need to like because WWE is gonna bring like a ridiculous amount of drama into it if they have any say into it. No. Production.
Yeah.
Production.
That's what it is.
It's gonna be a bunch of fake.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be ridiculous.
So we're talking UFC.
It's gonna be way over the top.
Well, not way over the top, but we're talking. I don't think at least we're talking UFC buying WWE. They now own the company. They didn't say the specific between.
Not like that.
No.
Some other company bought both of them. Like one, they already owned one, and then they bought the other one.
So
they don't own each other.
No, so Endeavor is part of it. Yeah, Endeavor's a talent company that's part of the purchase. It doesn't say the split between them, but it actually says that UFC themselves own 51% and WWE owns the other 49. So yeah, it's the 51 is split between Endeavor, but Endeavor's already been with UFC for forever. I suppose I learned that today that they've already, and also Endeavor's already been working with a bunch of I think WWE as well. So it's so ridiculous, but. WWE or UFC being worth 12 bill and now WWE being worth 9 bill. Got traded for 9 bill and now UFC altogether is now worth 20. What was it like 21 billy? I believe it is. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I don't want to see any cross sectioning with them at all.
So
unless they can do it right.
Well, see, I'm okay with
thing.
like
you got to be open minded.
UFC fighters going over to WWE.
Yeah.
After like a big popular fighter like if Cowboy Cerrone suddenly was in the WWE and now he's whatever
he'd be really bad.
Whatever regardless, but he has a shtick because he's the cowboy like
I suppose
like bigger names with a gimmick like the same thing that Ronda Rousey did.
Yeah
Now we don't talk about her.
Actually she just won at WrestleMania. What you talking about, fam?
Yeah,
I can't believe they let her win.
Ass.
It was.
So that's that same thing. But again, like I feel as if it'd be a lot more biased towards like the UFC fighters. Like people would want to be more biased towards the UFC fighters being like, they have to win because all of these other chumps are just fucking muscleheads who fucking learned acrobats.
I can see that, but I mean, like I said, with what I was talking to you about the other day too, with is that like okay. is that
Who's to say?
is that like a lot of like real hardcore like wrestling fans and like even casual ones now, it's kind of like a UFCS thing where if they don't care about the storyline, they just want to see they want to see big dudes throwing guys around. They want to see high flyers.
Yeah,
so I mean, it's like just like UFC fans who want to see knockouts. So it's not always good. It's not going to be an easy transition for anybody. And also, we still don't fully know the details of everything that this all means. They haven't said
like how
exactly.
it's actually going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, clearly that's something I have down here. Connor, first guy to jump on it, congratulating, and also putting out the promo of him with the 2 belts, the UFC belt and the WWE belt, and then saying it's inevitable. And then of course Paul Heyman jumping in, saying you want to be Roman Reigns, and they're doing jabs at each other, which is cute.
Oof, what does that mean for Logan?
Ooh,
fucking resigned because he did a pretty good fucking job.
Dude, he's so good. He's so good.
Yeah, he's good at that theatrics. But like, what if it like crosses over and they're like, "Well, now we want you to fight in the UFC," and he's like, "No, I won't. I don't want to do that." And he's like, "Well, it's in your contract now."
Maybe that's a good point.
I doubt they would corner him like that. Cause
they would corner the shit out of him like that. Are you kidding me?
Fuck it. He could just say fuck it.
Yeah,
he got money. You don't really need to be doing this. Yeah, this is a side quest for him.
Also, they really can't corner any of these people to say like you have to physically fight now. Like they couldn't do that.
Yeah, but for most fighters, they would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that because my whole career is this."
Yeah,
maybe not obviously Logan, because he's like, "All right, well, I'll just continue to do my YouTube shit and boxing stuff." So yeah.
This can bring things like DC and Brock, which we've been wanting to see forever. I mean, if I have to see them in a dope ass like fucking, unfortunately Brock only puts on like 5-minute matches now, but I mean, to see DC hit the mic and then do some like be the new Brock, be the new guy throwing people around, I'd love that, dude. Him versus like Bobby Lashley, that'd be great. I mean, there's things that I understand from the benefits definitely lean in the way of the WWE fans for sure.
CM Punk's gonna get another fight in the UFC.
Oh man, I mean, it also gives like maybe think of this, like we're just shooting off possibilities here because we have no idea. Like think about this, think about 2 WWE guys getting into it, and then their promo, like all of a sudden now they're gonna go fight in the UFC. Like it's what. Fuck all this stuff. They break kayfabe and all that, and they go, let's go over to UFC and do this. Well, I'll see you in UFC 292 or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like 2 of the biggest wrestlers go and train for 6 months, and like it would suck. Like the fight wouldn't be great, but
on that.
What?
If they ever do some shit like that, I hope they lose all their money.
I hope you got to be a little bit more open-minded for the whole thing, because this can mean a lot of great things. That's crazy.
See, my only worry is if that were to actually happen, like it would still be like, it wouldn't be scripted, but it'd be like, you got to take a dive because this person's more.
No, it's not. That's no.
Popular.
It's not Pride.
They had wrestlers fighting in Pride, actually fighting. It was just like, why would you do this?
Okay.
Because the majority of them got their ass beat, like bad.
Well, yeah, but if you take the 2 wrestlers from WWE
and have them fight each other,
exactly.
It's like watching children fight. It's like watching a kid's karate. Like when you see those 2 little kids karate match, like and then it's like kicking air.
They're just
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, it could turn out like that, but I don't know. I just have this like strong feeling that they're just going to be like, nope, it's still going to be mildly scripted.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think like for the majority of the time right now, for the next few years, the direction of both companies, everything's going to stay the same. Everything's going to be, you're going to see a little bit more cross promotion. Maybe some event will be like announced. With the way Connor's been beefing up, it makes more sense now, right? I mean, it makes sense that like maybe he's been planning to make this move, but
Connor's like, I want some of that easy fucking money.
Every guy's on steroids now. Ask any comic.
He hasn't had to cut weight. He hasn't had to do anything crazy. He's been just chilling.
Yeah, he's got a fight though. He's got a fight coming up, so
Turns out it moves to the WWE.
Yes.
Now it's gonna be like fucking
Chandler and
I would be so irritated. So irritated. I'd be like, fuck all of this.
Something we can agree on, or is that Vince McMahon looked like. I mean, he looked like so many different references. What the hell was? I don't know what the hell he's trying to pull. Like, I get trying to. I don't know. Maybe that's like some old man business thing where it's like, hey, even if you look like you're 72, try to obviously look like you're trying, even though you clearly look like you're right there at the edge of the grave. He looked like Mario and Luigi put together and then aged. He looked like he looks like an evil villain in a pasta movie. He looks like a plumber.
My man's finally realized he was old and was like, "Yo, I gotta do something."
I thought
spawned a fucking mustache that no one has ever seen.
It wasn't,
and now his hair is jet black, and it's just like,
Yeah.
you're going through it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even though you should have been going through it already.
That means he's about to die, and he wants to look good when he dies.
Oh, his health is about to decline very rapidly.
Yeah. I mean, I good or bad for either company, I'm not too sure. It's too soon to tell. I'm happy about it, being a big fan of both, so I think good stuff will come. But hey, if bad things start happening, egg on my face. That happens. Sometimes that happens.
I'll be there.
With
an egg.
Okay. And I'll be there when this shit starts popping off. It wouldn't matter to be there. See, actually, no, you're not allowed to be there because it wouldn't matter even if something good was happening.
I'm black?
Yep, exactly. And you don't get a vote. Not around here, you don't. You piece of...
Let's get back on track here.
There was a track? It was
Not like the ones in Germany. So we're all right.
Whoops.
Well, shit.
Boom. Fucking zingers.
Yeah, so WrestleMania 39 happened over the weekend. I would love. Actually, I was gonna say I'll take that back. I was gonna say I'd love to talk about the Game Bread promotions that happened over the weekend as well. But holy shit, was that a snooze fest? Holy absolute! I'm sure it was really great for like people who love boxing, like in technical boxing and shit like that. But
They make bread for games now.
Yeah, it's like
a mean sandwich.
Yo, there is a game called I Am Toast.
Yeah.
Or I Am Bread, or whatever it's called. It's pretty lit. Yeah, I heard no good things about it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the entire weekend, I didn't see anything on Twitter. I saw like one thing on Facebook about like Anthony beating Roy Jones, and it was just like, okay,
yeah. I mean,
that was it. It was just like, damn, that sucks.
I hate to be that guy of like, well, there wasn't even any like finish. There was like 2 finishes. None of the fights that anybody was excited about. So nothing really. I was like, I wish it was bigger because then we could have filled this episode with that talk. But unfortunately, there's nothing really to talk about except for what a. If I'm Jorge Masvidal, Jorge Masvidal, he's like he just doesn't care. So it's like they telling him like our numbers were really bad and the card didn't do good. He'd go, "That's the way Jesus said for it, baby boy. That's the way it was planned to be.
That's the way the Lord intended."
But WrestleMania 39 did happen, and we all did watch that. Holy shit. What a cool WrestleMania. John Cena basically, even though he hasn't done it yet, basically just retires there in the ring. Might as well. Getting dominated by, what's his name?
Austin Theory.
Yeah. A-Town. Down. I love watching, like, as Ian was able to like enjoy it a little bit more because I just sit out there and like I love it. I love their gimmicks and I love with their moves, especially I love seeing their special moves that these guys I haven't met before or seen. And I just love just making fun of their gimmicks, like and how serious they are with it. Him going A-Town down. It's like I was just like staring at him like, what the fuck? Ian didn't get to see that one though.
I didn't.
Like,
I was
this is dumb.
trying to ignore it. But I eventually walked in. See, I don't know. I just can't get into WWE like you.
You can't. I always try to tell people, I'm like, I don't want to sell anybody because it's almost impossible. But I just tell people what I like about it in hopes that they'll be like, oh, that makes sense. Like, I guess I can get into that. Like,
Okay. So when they're actually like in the ring and like, putting on theatrics and like, actually like fighting, that I'm all right with. But it's like everything else in between, I'm just like, to me it's cringe.
Yeah,
it's such cringe.
Yeah, it's a. I don't have a really good comparison for it, but it's just ignoring it, really. It's ignoring it, waiting for the best parts. And, of course, it's different for somebody like me where I'm like, I like the stories that they tell sometimes. I like some.
Yeah,
I like
because then you're like, well, the only reason why he doesn't like him is because of this, that, and the other thing. And, oh, he was dating this one girl, and then they both started dating her, and then they were fighting, and then turns out she was dating some other guy, so now he's in the mix. And I'm like, and you're doing this with like
that was so like
100 different people.
This was like 3 seasons ago, Ian. Don't even try us with that. We're way past that storytelling.
My point stands. It's all it is all shenanigans, except when they're actually like throwing ladders at each other and someone tears their ACL.
Yeah, well, I think the most significant, you just brought up the 2 most significant injuries. One of them being that Shane McMahon definitely blew his fucking knee out in the middle of the ring. That was funny because it's like, get your old ass out of there. Like
that's what I was saying.
And then Finn Balor with his match against Edge, he actually split like right here on his head, like just straight down the middle, like just straight right here, 14 stitches.
Yeah, I was gonna say that ladder hit him.
Yeah, he was fucked.
Fucking hard.
But the
Edge just fucking 10-foot ladder. I don't care if it's made out of fiberglass or not. Anywhere that actually makes contact on your face, it's gonna split you open.
God, they're made of fiber. Are they made of fiberglass now?
No, I think the ones in the UFC are made out of straight aluminum. But again, like now you've got like hard edges. Pun intended.
Yeah. Bro, I'm just saying, a ladder match, a UFC ladder match where these guys are gonna go at it and they're gonna beat the shit out of each other, and then one of them genuinely has to climb up this ladder while the other guy's like, I'm going to punch your thigh until you fucking come off that ladder, motherfucker, and then actually like do a full blown suplex. It's gonna be pretty dope.
Ow, that hurt.
That's what they're gonna say. Ow, that hurt. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I was having mic issues earlier, but yeah, no, the Shane McMahon thing, holy shit. I was gonna say, like, you know, with a lot of it getting hyped for what's happening, it's not more so the story. It like the story. I don't know a lot of the story that's happening right now. I just asked Mom about it. It helps having somebody around that like knows the story. But for me, it's all about like
who watches it every Monday Sunday and Monday.
For sure.
They do it.
Yeah, it's
Monday and Friday.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful to have like somebody like that to watch it with. But for like, I just know a lot of the history of it. Like, you know, watching it back in the fucking day, like WCW, Nitro, all the old shit back in the day, the Attitude Era, and then when you come up on that, and then now you watch this stuff, it's not all the same, but you can kind of appreciate and see stuff like when Asuka does the mist, and then you know, like Mom's like, oh my god, yeah, she does this mist thing, and I'm like, yeah, like the Great Muta, and then also like Tanjori, or I can never, what was his name? Tajiri. Oh my god, dude, I can never remember his name. Yeah, just like them. And then you get hyped about shit like that, and or like, you know, when Kevin Owens does the stunner, and the stunner's passed down to him, and you're like, oh shit,
bro,
the
that
stunner.
Is one thing that actually started annoying the shit out of me is the amount of finishers getting passed out.
Yeah.
We got stunner, pedigree, we got 3D, fucking Roman does rock bottom now, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, can we get creative again?
I'm saying.
Like,
well, you gotta pass down some of the great ones.
That's fine. But it's like, Jesus Christ.
You know who's got a surprisingly good one? I don't really like Bianca Belair like at all, but her finishing move is. I was watching. I was like just watching it because it was kind of a boring match, and I'm watching it, I see her do a finish. I go, damn, it's. See a man do that to another man, that'd be scary. But no, yeah, there's just some like back in the day, like some of the guys from like what was it called, Impact. Those guys from like that like had some of the craziest finishers. Like that's where AJ Styles is from. You know, like originally he was in Impact. And just some of these guys who were doing like lower grade wrestling, like they'd come up with some crazy stuff. But yeah, guys in the WWE, to be fair, if they're trying to be creative, the people like the commissioner or whoever in WWE, they have like a bunch of people that just go, nope, not that, nope, not that.
Safety boards, like no, Too many things could go wrong.
Also, character creation. They have Vince, and also when it's not Vince, there's other heads of these departments that will be like, your character does a neck breaker. I think they should do this instead for the finisher because people don't really seem to pop. It's really interesting, honestly, when you start thinking about these. Like, I don't know. As an adult, you got to start looking at the business part and the aspect of that, and you go, oh, okay, I get it. Very fascinating. And then when you watch them do a neck breaker, and you go, I see. You learn shit. What they had to switch that. Like, for example, God, so stupid. You ever see Mom watches that guy Seth Rollins? And he does like a stomp. He jumps up in the air and stomps on the person. So he's got a move where he runs at them. They're on like their hands and knees. He runs at them, jumps up in the air, and then he stomps their head into the canvas. Right? It's matted boot. It's not. He's not actually putting his full weight on them. He's like he's going his other leg first. He's making it emphasize. And they like told him they can't do it anymore. He was like, you can't do that move anymore. It's not safe to do. And the
risk of injury.
Dude,
for sure.
Randy Orton punt kicked people for 8 years straight. Punt kicked people.
Yeah, in like 1990.
No, in 2008.
Up to like early 2000s, mid 2000s, he was doing that shit.
No, they didn't stop. He was putting people in hospitals. They never once were like, we should stop doing that. They were like, that's selling really good when you do that.
The fact that he did to Vince, like,
oh yeah, he did.
I think he's punted everybody in the McMahon family except for maybe Linda. She might be the only one who didn't get fucking punted.
The whole point of like when he would be like prepping up to punt kick somebody, he'd be like getting crazy in his eyes. And I remember as a kid, I'd be like, I think he's just worried that he might put somebody in the hospital again. He's like, if I really timed this wrong, I'm gonna put another person in the hospital. No, yeah, but then
they're gonna pay me either way.
True. Bam, unloads. Like, then that's why Seth Rollins has the pedigree, I think, or he had to switch to something else, but he had to switch moves. It's things.
No,
like
he
that.
still does a curb stomp.
Yeah, I know he can do it now. I know it was like 2000. It was like right before the pandemic. They said he couldn't do it, and then like during the pandemic, he brought it back. Shouts out we have a SuperSour episode coming out where I hype it up a little bit, but just a little short hype up. I mean, WrestleMania goes to Hollywood. I was a kid when I didn't get to watch WrestleMania 21, was their first time they went to Hollywood, which was the dopest time. Like probably coming towards the end of the Attitude Era. JBL, Batista becomes World Heavyweight Champion. John Cena becomes WWE Champion for the first time. I mean, and to see John Cena 18 years later, lose to Austin Theory for the United States title, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Fuck that guy. He's weird.
Yeah. I don't like him either, but I guess that's Vince's boy. That's his guy.
Yep. And may Vince get the fuck out of the business because we are tired of his shit. Apparently he was in charge of Raw last night, and it showed, and nobody was happy. And I was like, damn.
Great.
Like, if you're not well-liked that much, bro, like, maybe you should just step away.
Yeah. Nobody likes when he's there. Not a everybody. It was like all you heard about for like a couple of months when he was gone was how great the WWE was doing.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And then all of a sudden he came back.
Has anyone ever liked Vince McMahon?
Back in the day,
He's been cool, yeah, but then like just the stupid shit that happens.
There's
always a big man, and it's just like we don't want to see some 7-foot nigga fighting.
Yeah. That's his.
Get the other motherfuckers here.
Yeah,
like,
that's
damn.
Darnell knows what he's alluding to is like Vince has a problem where he thinks that every single like face of the company and champion needs to be like big guys. They need to be 6'5", 7 tall, 280 plus pounds, all muscle. Like that's what he grew up on. That's what he's always been employed in the company. That's who's always been the face. So he sees no other way. So like
how much pull does he actually have?
I mean,
nigga owns the company.
He owns the key.
He owns everything.
He's the guy.
Is that not just a character though?
No, that's him. That ain't just him playing around.
Hold on, you gotta. I love whether you're doing it or not. You gotta keep this character of like just not believing that Vince really owns the company. I'm like,
it's hard to tell.
What is it? What else does he own? Boardwalk. I'm sure. Okay.
Because like that,
I said, what else does he own? Boardwalk.
Him.
Sorry, go ahead.
I love Monopoly, Joe.
Go ahead.
This has been his character like the entirety of Vince McMahon in the UFC. It's been like, I own all of this. So it's like, do you, or is this just your character?
There's been times where he doesn't. There's been times
he literally got the company from his dad.
And if there's times where he doesn't, then
I say that it's because like because then his wife was taking over, or like his son.
Sounds like a character to me. It's not real.
It's not. It's sad.
He doesn't own anything in WWE. He's just he's like just another character.
The idea of like Dana White shaking Vince's hand right now, but Ian just figured it all out, and Vince McMahon just disappears. Dana's like, "Oh shit, this is not good. Who did I make a deal with?" Just a suit.
Did I just make a deal with a gypsy?
A suit falls and a mustache falls on top of the suit. Oh man. I'll wrap up by saying that I thought the best match of both nights in WrestleMania. I loved the comedy in between. And I didn't get to finish. Let me finish my point actually. Of like, I was very disappointed.
No, fuck your point. I don't want to hear. No, I'm playing.
I was gonna say, go on.
I was gonna be like, Ian, call the cops. Call the cops.
They'll believe us.
God damn.
Get my wallet. Just get my wallet. Oh God. No, I was very disappointed. Shaking, handshaking. Yeah, is this the HOA leader? I need. We need a squad car here.
HOA. Hold on a minute.
You gotta watch the video. I was bummed to see Shane break his leg like that, and it sucks. I was telling Reese, and she was like, "Oh no," we were telling Ian, and Ian was laughing. He didn't care whether it was kayfabe or not.
I laughed so hard when it happened.
But me and my mom were like, "Oh shit!" Like, you never know with WWE. Like, they especially nowadays, like they really play up like fake injuries and shit. Like they really, really hype that up. They've always done that. Like, yo, last night somebody's head split in half. They're like, what? I don't think that actually happened. Like, nah, I saw it happen in W. And then the next day, somebody's like, 2 thumbs up, no stitches, no split head. So it was hard to tell. But then, like the Miz, shouts out the Miz, who just kind of like stood, like rocked around the ring. Shouts out the terrible cameraman who I had beef with all night long. I hated the cameraman for this. I don't know who these guys were, but I could do a better job. And then out of nowhere, I think, like I was telling Ian and them, I think it was originally planned for like Shane to win, or maybe like start getting beat up, and then Snoop Dogg was supposed to come in and do the punch or whatever. So shouts out to them for like improvising and figuring it all out. But man, that like after a while I was looking at my mom and I said, "Well, I was like, Ian, we've seen a lot of UFC, and Mom, you're a nurse practitioner of almost half your life. I think that was a true leg break. I think we can all say that was a 100%. Break.
As soon as they hit the replay, I was like, his knee, something happened. His leg broke, his knee fucking exploded.
Well, I don't know if you remember. I agree with you, because the second they hit the replay, they showed replay, and we were all like, oh, here it goes, they're going to show it. And then they just showed like something else, which I was like, oh, they don't want to show the leg break, because they're for sure, like, Shane's like already as confirmed at this point. Like, my shit's out. My shit's out. So that sucked. I was bummed. What makes it funnier, why Ian's not describing what made it even funnier, is dude, Darnell, here comes the money. Here comes the money. And me and my mom were like, oh shit. And I go, Ian, no, bro, you don't understand. Like, and I mean this. Shane McMahon's a legend, dude. He used to jump from top rope to top rope, coast to coast. He used to throw himself off Hell in the Cell. He's got money. He's daddy's son. He's gonna run the company later on. Well, from a wheelchair probably, but it's like he was the
all
guy.
Character.
It was even so. His character's incredible, and we're saying this, and I'm
character's incredibly rich.
And then Shane McMahon gets hired. He's like, "Thank you so much," and Ian starts hating anymore. He's like, "Fuck this guy with the thank you," and I start going, "No, bro, you don't understand." And then Shane jumps up and breaks the absolute shit out of his leg, and Ian, with the biggest shit in green, just turns to him and goes, "Ha ha 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 ha."
Oh, I was laughing my ass off. I was like,
"That's a legend. You show some respect."
Dude, fuck it.
He just needs to sit his ass down.
2 things, and then we'll move on to either street fights or something else I have here. But 2 things. One, my pick of the night would be Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn against the Usos. those guys, man, tag team wise, like I haven't seen something that good since I was a kid, like with Rey Mysterio and Eddie, or like I mean, even with just like the legendary, like the Road Warriors or something like that, like those guys. And the tag team match on the first night, like the 4-way or 3-way tag team match with like the Vikings guys and shit, dude, that was those tag team guys are. There's something else right now. I love tag team though in WWE. So I'm a little bit biased, but it was.
I wish they'd split the damn belts back up and put them back to Raw and SmackDown, and not just have both belts from both fucking shows.
They're
to at least flesh out all the tag team divisions, because it's just like these niggas just go from both shows every time, every week.
Unfortunately, if there's anybody in the WWE's ear right now going like, you need to split these up, right now UFC just stepped in and was like, no. People like that. People like double champ. You gotta keep double champ. They're two in the same mind like that. They love champs. Vince is like, I love champ too. This is great. I whatever, insert Vince's voice. And then of course the real star of the entire 2 days, Rubber Chicken. Rubber Chicken, after Cody Rhodes surprisingly loses to Roman Reigns. I don't know what that pick was about. Don't know how that got decided.
They cheated.
Yeah, they did cheat. You're right, Ian. Fucking.
So the reason why.
That Samoan spike should be illegal. That was bad. That goes right to her throat. That Samoan spike should be illegal. Yeah, no, no news on the Rubber Chicken. I wish they need a story on the guy, but unfortunately, if the guy we're probably gonna know the news by the guy. I don't know. He'd probably get away with it now if he admitted to it. They probably wouldn't be like, you need to come back and face trial, right?
It's just great that it was underneath Cody, so that means off camera it got thrown in, and then he covered it up, and then got up, and that's when we saw it, and it's just like, damn. Either someone threw the chicken in, or he had it in his pants the whole time, and he just decided for whatever reason to just take it out.
Yeah, imagine like Cody Rhodes, your entire life. The storyline is that you never main evented WrestleMania. You've never. I think he's held the. Has he had the WWE title before? Or was that part of the storyline? He's never had the title.
I don't think he has. I think he's at Intercontinental. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's right.
US champ and tag team champ.
Shut the fuck
up. Shut up. You're not here anymore, okay? You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to his birthday party.
One slip upon a word, all of a sudden. Oh, now I'm the victim, huh?
No, that's fine. I know I fucked up.
Sit the fuck down.
I'm already sitting down. What are you talking about? Go paint your fingernails. I only said it because I saw Joe's.
I was gonna say you should
bring me into this.
About that, fam.
Why'd I get the deflection? What the fuck is that?
Because you're here. That's why.
Why don't you go drink a brisk tea, piece of shit? How about that? Yeah.
Yeah. It's empty though.
Yeah. Nice product placement. Yeah, the Rubber Chicken. I was gonna say, yeah. So it's like, imagine like you're the whole.
I want to know where it came from.
It's the audience clearly, but it's like imagine like that's your whole. I was like explaining this. You imagine your whole storyline is that you've never been to main event, finally main event WrestleMania for the titles, both titles at that. Then you surprisingly you put on a great match. It was an awesome match. I'm gonna give it to them. It was like an hour long. It was really good, entertaining all the way through. I was dozing off at some points. Every time I came back to some big things happening, and then unfortunately, Cody Rhodes, which feels like his last ditch effort, he loses. And when he looks around, what's the first thing he sees that he has to do? He has to work because he has to cover up a Rubber Chicken. And even then, that fails through. And what do we all see? A Rubber Chicken.
And now we all will know him as the Rubber Chicken.
The Rubber Chicken match. Everyone's gonna be like, did you see Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39?
Next time he comes out, he's gonna come out in a fucking chicken suit.
He should. If he's cool, he comes out with some like Rubber Chicken, like, you know, ascot type things.
You know, WWE is gonna be like, this chicken thing is getting a lot of traction, so
we're gonna have to play on this.
You gotta come out in a chicken suit. Like, forget the bald eagle wings or anything like that. No, you're coming out in like a chicken suit with chicken wings.
Yeah. And that's when they start promoting Peter Griffin. They're gonna get the real life Peter Griffin guy, and then they're gonna go him versus Cody Rhodes in the chicken suit, and they're gonna have the chicken fight from Family Guy. Make it happen. Oh shit! I was gonna bring something up before we moved over to the street fights. I was just gonna say something real quick. Damn. No, I forgot. Egg on my face. Oh, yeah. So no UFC talk really for this week. But did you guys have any like final predictions? Anything change for 287 coming up? I'm still pretty much sticking with Adesanya. I think Pereira looks really good. Like he looks so confident and he looks really good. But I gotta pick Izzy every single time, and still gonna go Masvidal, even though Gilbert Burns looks really good. So I'm betting against my heart, my mind.
I'm not gonna lie. After seeing them finally like giving Alex like camera time on the countdowns or the embeddeds, it's like, damn, this nigga's he's likable.
Yeah,
I don't like that he's likable.
yeah, I hate that too.
I kind of want him to win a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
How's he likable?
It's just like he's a humble guy. Yeah, he's very like randomly funny. He's just naturally like because he's just innocent in a sense, right? He's just like that big guy who's like a murderer, but he doesn't like. It's almost like he doesn't realize he's a murderer. Like he knows, but he don't know.
I guess. I still have Israel, but
yeah, I still got him too.
I'm thinking Gilbert Burns is gonna fuck up George Masvidal.
It's a huge possibility. Yeah, it's a huge possibility.
At jiu-jitsu, especially if his wife tells him not to have a brawl, it's over. If his wife says don't go in there and brawl, just and I want another submission, there's nothing George can do about it. He's gonna get taken down. He's probably gonna get choked out.
Great.
I hope so. Because Masvidal was saying, like, if I don't win, then I'm probably going to retire. But if I win, then this is like, a sign that I'm going to be on the up and up. And I'm like, I really hope you don't win.
So he's only thinking about his win, though. He's only thinking about if he wins. That's all he talks about. If I win, I'm going to go do this next. I'm like, okay, well, you should really focus on Gilbert Burns, bro. You should really focus on Gilbert Burns because Gilbert Burns is only focusing on you.
He should also be saying when I win.
Yeah.
Not if.
You gotta think it. You gotta make it. You gotta think it into reality.
Into your brain.
Yeah. Don't say if. Don't say that. You say you're gonna. This weekend, UFC 287. Make sure you guys watch it and then check us out next week. So we'll be going over that and hopefully more of this. Find out a little bit more about this WWE deal as well. But it's time for some street fight, folks. We got some good ones for you today. Some brawls, if you will. Brawls for all. All right, you guys. It's coming towards the end of the video, but you know what that means. It's all of our favorite parts. It's where we go over our street fights. You gotta find a better name for that at some point. I just keep calling it that, but we'll find a better name for it.
Street shenanigans.
Our street shenanigans. I like that. We'll go with that. It'll be one of those. How about we just not have an official name for it? We'll just every single time be like, what are we calling it this time?
The SS.
The SS. Okay.
No, it's just funny because he said street shenanigans, and I was like, SS. That's fucked. Somebody would point it out. It's funny.
Yeah, side note to that, it's what happened when like we were making SuperSour, and I was like, yeah, I think that's gonna like when we all made the name. I said it to both of them. I was like, I think that's gonna be fine, right? Because those initials work, right? That's cool. And they looked at me and they went SS, and I was like, that's fine, right? And they were like, no, it's not okay. Damn, that's why I was like,
we're talking about a boat.
Are you suppressing like some genes, bro?
I don't know. I haven't done a 23andMe yet. I don't know.
Oh, okay, all right. Sounds like you might be suppressing something, man.
Yeah, suppressing fire. I'll tell you that much.
Hope Stieglitz doesn't show up out of nowhere. Fuck.
So street shenanigans. Where the team's gonna break down some crazy stuff that's happened in combat around the world, and we let you know how it should have happened, what should have happened, what should they have done, should they have fucked around and found out, should they have not have fucked around and found out. Is this something where jiu-jitsu might have helped out? Maybe any form of combat training at all might have helped. A gun may have sufficed.
Common sense.
Or common sense, yes. Should they have just run away? Sometimes that's usually an answer we've given as well. So it was all kinds of stuff what you see here. Before we get into any more of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share out. We have a Patreon where you can watch a lot more of these. Some of these don't make it on here, and we watch them on Patreon. So you want to make sure you're over there checking them out. You can go to patreon.com/SuperSour and follow us all on Twitch. All of us are on Twitch. Twitch.tv/SuperSourGames, Twitch.tv/SnuggyBlinks for Darnell, and Twitch.tv/McLeodmatic for Ian. And please check out all our social media, SuperSourJAR on everything. That helps out a lot. We do post a lot more on there. And check out Darnell on his social media as well. Same thing. It's right there. You see it. So we're ready. And before we get into this, we always like to remind you guys, Ian, please let them know.
YouTube, they're all right. We followed up. We've contacted these people. They're all right. They're all right, YouTube.
Everybody's
they're okay.
We promise. I wittily promise.
What do you gonna cost us to eat?
They wittily do the gwitty the next day.
I hate the internet. All right, so Ian, our main man on the boards for this. Let's see the first one. I think this is gonna be a goodie. These two grown men. Yo!
You say grown men, but this guy's wearing this like red button up from the 90s.
Hell yeah, 90s, bro. This kid is me if I was white. It looks like me. Well, he dresses like me, I should say.
Literally the one thing you don't want to happen during a fight.
Somebody start laughing at you like that.
Yeah, bro, just like that.
That
is the worst.
This is a good point to say and advice. Like, this is where this kid should just stop and accept, like, all right, bro, GG, you win.
Yeah, for real.
Especially when some chick's like, no, you need to stop. And you can't throw a punch to save your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
My man is in the Matrix.
This is what it looks like when you're fighting in your dreams. This is what it looks like.
Literally.
You're good. He's like, I'm not good, bro. You're good.
Like, I need to hit him at least once.
Put him up. What is this kid's stance on it? Okay.
That's actually a really good smack. You see that all of the fingers are closed. It's not like an open hand. It's
oh yeah.
He hit him with one of these. It's a good one.
Yeah, this was I like this fight. This was a very good fight. It was one-sided, of course, but
I was gonna say it's a very one-sided fight.
But he tried. He threw punches. You got to give him credit for that. Granted,
if you can call them that.
His punches look so soft. They look inviting. I feel like I want to fall asleep on his punches. They look so like slow, and it looks like he really knows how to caress somebody. This kid, maybe not fight. You know, he's more of a Ed Hardy aren't much of fighting people. You know, they all. This is how all people who wear Ed Hardy and crazy skaters should look like. They look like they can fight, but they can't.
I don't know. I don't think the guy looks like he can fight.
He shouldn't have been.
See,
there.
it's the complete opposite. I'm like, I don't know, those clothes.
I don't know. He looks like the type of kid that would be trying, be intimidating. But
hey, hold on now. That first leg kick you threw out was actually pretty good. It missed, but it was good. Like, he didn't look down and like telegraph it. Like, he threw a good leg kick. It just missed.
It was a very Justin Gagey leg kick. Justin Gagey saw the leg kick and was like, "It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Kid's got skill."
Yeah. Also just got like very slow hands.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, his hands are.
It's unusually slow. Like it's oddly, like I said, it's almost like I said, it's dreamlike slow. Yeah.
And that jab is actually what just busted his nose open, which is crazy.
Also, the other guy looks like Israel Adesanya, like young Israel Adesanya. Okay, let's move on to our next fight, which is down in Hawaii. It's Max Holloway versus Max Holloway. I think the people recording are Max Holloway as well. Oh no, the guy on the left's BJ Penn. We'll do that.
Damn.
All right, let's rip it up. Let's see what happens. I don't like that I said that, but I said it. Let's just do it.
For starters, I don't like the way the guy dressed in all black has how he's wearing his hat. Don't like that.
I like it. I like that you dissected that. Oh, very good, very good. Hey,
Oh, he can actually.
very good leg kick. Oh, dude, this is how everybody in Hawaii fights, dude.
I was say he can actually box. Like he's.
Dude, it's Max Holloway. He's the best boxer in the UFC.
But.
Shouts out guy who's wearing like Taco Bell tank top in the back.
Did you see
the
stance switch?
It was.
I was gonna say this. Oh
But
my
this
God,
is
guy in the white can
crazy.
take a punch.
Yeah, he's got power. He's just powering through it. He's seeing it. He's seeing he can't stop the speed. He's just gonna wait until he's gonna come in and connect, and he's just throwing boats afterwards, which is smart for that. Knock it on. Nice.
Whose mom is that?
Got out. Yeah, somebody's mom got out, and you know damn well they were like they all stopped. They're like, all right,
Scatter.
she gonna call all our goddamn moms for being out here. That was the most taekwondo kick I've seen.
Yeah. This is like if you ever just look up like street fights in Hawaii, every single fight is this.
Everyone knows how to fight.
It's dangerous down there. When Ian went to go visit Hawaii for a vacation one year, man, the knockdown. And then the kicks, like even if they're not thrown very perfectly well, they're throwing decent enough, and they're throwing with combos. XY. All right, you can pause that. Ian once went down to Hawaii for a vacation one year, and I said to him at this time, like I already knew about the Hawaiian street fighters, and the first thing I said to him was like, please don't get into a street fight down there. And I shouldn't have said that. He didn't get into a street fight, but it was like, you know, Ian, he goes, why not? What's going to happen if I get into a street fight?
Like, first thing I'm going to try and do is instigate a street fight.
You would have been
I would have been all right.
probably in the hospital. Or that might have been your last resting place.
He was gonna go down there and walk up to
I'll be right back, guys.
Ian just walks up to the first like 7-Eleven he sees in Hawaii, and he just walks up to like a group of guys. He goes, "All right, which one uses Max Holloway?"
Which one uses him? Is a Max Holloway.
They're all confused. They'd be like, they don't want to be Max Holloway. They'd be like, I mean, shit, I'm Max Holloway. Looking for a scrap. Which one uses BJ Penn?
What a fall from grace that man had.
Yeah, lots of losses.
0-13, bro. Oh, this is gonna be good. I can already tell.
So our last one.
Because it's at a fucking gas station.
Can I tell you why
it's
I
at a
picked this
gas
one?
station. Like I already know it's gonna be good.
I want to say why I picked this one because specifically a very common complaint between me and Darnell when we see some of these street fights is almost right away, like, camera. They say something, we go like, can you show me the fight? Like, what's going on here? Some of these camera guys, if you're a person out there and you're going to be that asshole who's going to record somebody having a fight in the street, at least get the right angles, bro. Get in there, think of back when you were in fucking photography or something like that. Really, put it on portrait mode or something, stabilize. If you have like a selfie stick, I know a lot of y'all got a selfie stick, keep the phone with the selfie stick if you live in an area where this happens a lot. Crazy. Be prepared. But this guy was prepared. Ian, let's see.
He was ready.
Ooh.
Bad. I hate that, like, two-hand at once clobber fist for like a jab.
And now we got a Royal Rumble.
Oh man, the cameraman even took a hit for it. Wow, dropped. 2 1v1s here. Dropped again.
The girl in the pink tank top shouts out.
We got a ground
She
game.
got both of them.
Ground game over there. Oh, swept.
Ooh, full mount. God
mount
damn.
Here. There is horsehair everywhere here, Mike. It is getting really cloudy here.
And we'll also, like...
And what's crazy is these two weren't even the original two fighting.
It's just an embrace of a brawl.
Yeah, that was
also,
a lot.
if you're wearing pajama pants,
this poor
don't start a fight.
Good control on the ground. You know, really controlling the arms. Got wrist control. See right here.
Well, let's be real. This bitch just needs to, like, sit down and she'd be fine.
Now, what I like about this is a lot of time you see women get here and they do the typical where they like start doing the hammer fist. They do the small hammer fist right there. This chick knows what she's doing. She's got full mount, wrist control, and just taking the punches and grabbing hair, of course.
She got hair and wrist control.
No! Cameraman taking hits for us. He's doing this for us.
Okay, we got niggas fighting now. Oh, he got slapped!
No!
And he's smiling.
Oh! Nah, he wasn't knocked out.
He
was just happy to be done.
Did that man get...
Oh, no,
I'm just,
he's gone.
I'm just happy to be on camera.
That man
we got the 2v1.
Oh, no. That man got slapped by Joker gas.
Oh,
no.
He's out of here. What's she grabbing him for?
Damn.
She doesn't know.
This is the street version of Jack and what's her name on the door. He was like, "I'm here with you. I'm also knocked out." What is happening? He can't help me get up. Damn it! Dude, Kevin Holland's out there wilding.
He's still just laughing.
Oh, the finisher stomp. Those are my chanclas.
My chanclas.
Oh, they started back up. Damn, and then she just gets dragged to the ground like a fucking dog. Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, let everybody go home. God damn, I feel bad for her now. Like
break it up.
How you getting 2 fights in one night?
Voice of reason via just everybody being tired. It's crazy when the two people that have been brawling the whole time, they're not done, but everybody else is like, "Yo, get your ass to the car, bro. I'm done."
This is when the po-po get called.
Oh yeah. I would love a camera shot of the skinny white man in the window that works at that Circle K. Like, yes, 911.
He's just staring out the window with the phone up to his ear.
I'd love for that guy to turn left into the Circle K and it's just Ian on his phone. Yes, 911. What a brawl! What an absolute slobber knocker!
You're telling me some shit like this outside of a gas station in the middle of the night, and you wouldn't sit there and watch?
Nah, cause niggas got guns.
Yeah, from a very very far distance, I would watch. I'm not taking front row seating on this one. I'll pass my ticket off to somebody else.
I'll take that chance.
Fucked up story. A couple weeks ago, I was playing Destiny as I usually am, and then I heard some loud banging, and I was like, that was a little too close. And I'm like, that sounded way too much like gunshots. Sure enough, I go outside and I hear someone screaming someone else's name. I see like a book bag and clothes like scattered on the ground. There's like 2 dudes by my car, and I'm like, please don't. And then like,
man, get off my Hellcat.
Like 30 minutes later, I check back outside. There's police tape like around half the fucking parking lot.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
And then I look to my right, and there's a cop at a door. And I look at her. She looked at me. I just went back in the house. I was like, nope, I'm not dealing with this shit. Ain't nobody finna question me
Not
about
answering
that.
any of these questions.
Smart.
And then they were there for like the rest of the night, like straight up turned into a crime scene. I'm pretty sure someone died. And I was just like, oh shit.
Damn.
Thank God I wasn't outside for anything stupid and trivial.
Thank God you didn't fuck around and find out.
Yeah, no, I went back into my room and closed my door. And what was fucked up is
You're like,
that
I'm gonna keep playing Destiny.
Exactly. My room has the balcony, so all I heard was people screaming, and then I heard a bunch of kids running through the back of the apartments, and I was like, "Oh no,
that's sketchy."
And yeah, I was like, something just happened.
I'm sick of your shit, Quantarius, and I'm coming in there whether you like it or not. Well, that's been this episode of Throwing Hands, guys. We've already done our plugs and everything, so I just want to thank you guys for watching this episode. Thanks for clicking that thumbnail that brought you here. Make sure you keep tuning in every week. Name change coming up. What will it be? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it won't change. But thanks again for watching, everybody. Boys, thanks for being here.
Not a problem. Jazz hands.
Darnell. Yeah. Thanks. Bud.
Yeah.
No, I got spear fingers.
That's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh Jesus,
Angry
you are
hands.
Angry.
baby syndrome, bro. God damn.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park. The ponytail.
My balls was hot.